Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to go through the steps to show you how to place the kitchen cabinets and the kitchen appliances. And pretty much this is going to be all about the kitchen. It's going to take a while. I'll try to go slow, not to go too fast and kind of lose anybody hopefully, but what I want to do is I'm going to start in this corner area of my kitchen, kind of place that corner piece, and then I'm going to go out to the right and then go down to the bottom. So I'm trying to like figure out how to do this more efficient. So what I want to do is I'm going to go to insert, because that first piece I need is not already loaded. I'm going to go to load Autodesk family. You're going to go to casework. I'm going to look for base cabinets. And the first piece I want to bring in is a corner square unit. So let's scroll down a little bit. So I don't want this, I don't want that one. I want the square one, this one right here. Let me scroll down a little bit more. So base cabinet corner unit square. Click load. I'm going to go to architecture component. So there is my corner piece. So it's not rotated the way I want. So I'm going to press the space bar, and then just kind of, we want to place this right in the corner, and then hit the modify. So there's that piece. The next one I want to do, I'm going to go up to component. I'm going to look for a base cabinet, single door and drawer. I want this 12-inch base cabinet, single door and drawer, 12-inch, and this one's going to go over here. So the one that your cursor is on, that's the back side. It's kind of hard to tell from this because it looks just like a big rectangle, but the back is here. I'm going to kind of place it right up against it, up against the wall, and then up against the other corner piece cabinet there. And then I want to bring in a range. So I'm going to go to properties, scroll down, look for the range. This is going to be range. I want to bring in the 30 by 26, and that's going to go right up against the back and up against the side, like so. And then I want to bring in another cabinet. Click back on my properties. I'm going to go back up to my base cabinet. So I'm looking for base cabinet, single door and drawer, 18 inches. Single door and drawer, 18 inches. And this one's going to go right up against the range and they're up against the wall. And then I'm going to go modify to cancel out of that. So there is our kind of short leg side of our L-shaped kitchen layout, and then I'm going to start adding the ones from this corner piece straight down. So I'm going to need to go up to my component. I'm going to bring in that same 18-inch single door and drawer. Again, it's not oriented the way I want, so hit the space bar. It's going to go like this, kind of place it up against that one. The next one is going to be a double door sink unit. So that one is not in our template. So I'm going to go up to insert, load Autodesk family, back to my base cabinets. I'm scrolling down, I'm going to look for double door sink unit. Double door sink unit. Some of these are hard to find. Double base cabinet, double door sink unit. Yeah, so this one. These kind of look alike, right? This one has drawers with the handles. This one's not. So base cabinet, double door sink unit. Hit load. I want to bring in, I don't want the 30-inch though. Do we have a 36? Double door sink unit. Yes, 36. I want to bring in a 36-inch. Again, I need to flip it, so I hit the space bar. And notice when I did this, my window doesn't line up, so we're gonna have to move that window right there, but we'll get there. So again, against the back wall, and then up against this other cabinet here. And then what do we need? We need the dishwasher. So I'm gonna go up to my properties here, look for dishwasher. I wanna get the 24 by 24 by 34. And again, I need to flip this around, hit the space bar like this, place it in there. What is next? I'm looking at my list here. Base cabinet, single door and drawer, 12-inch. So again, back up to our properties. Base cabinet, single door and drawer. I want the 12-inch. Hit the space bar to rotate it. Place it in. What's next? All right, next we're gonna bring in our sink. So I'm gonna go back out to my properties. I'm gonna look for the kitchen sink. Keep going here. Kitchen sink double. So the only one that they give us is this 42 by 21. That's gonna be too big, but we can bring this in and then duplicate it and modify it. So I'm gonna click on the 42 by 21. I wanna rotate this. I'm just gonna place it over to the side for now and then hit modify. So I need to resize this one. So I'm gonna click on it, left click to select it. I'm gonna go to edit type. I'm gonna click on duplicate. I wanna rename this one as 33 inch by 21 inch. And then my counter height, that's 3 feet. We're gonna leave that where it is. For the depth, I want that to be, what did I say that was, 21 inches? I think it's already set for 21, but just to make sure, yeah. And then the width is gonna be 33 inches. Click apply, click OK. So now I wanna move this, kind of center it in this kitchen cabinet here. So I'm gonna go click on it. I'm gonna click on the align, look for this middle line here of that. Click the middle line of this. I'm gonna click on modify to get out of that. Now I'm just gonna kind of move this over. Try not to move it up because we already have it lined up somewhere around in there. That looks perfect. All right, so there's that. Now if we look at our 3D view, you can see that we have our base cabinets in, but we don't have our countertop. So we're gonna need to add the countertops next. So I'm gonna go back to my floor plan. And before I forget, see how this window is not centered in our sink? So what I wanna do is click on this window, go to align, look for the center of that window. Wait, first, I take that back. You wanna click what you wanna align it to first. So I'm gonna click on the center of this sink and then click the center or the middle of this window to move it down. You can hit the lock it right there. Now hit modify. All right, so now our sink is our window is centered over our sink. All right, so moving on to the countertop. So I'm gonna do the easier one first. So, and I know it's not already there, so I'm gonna go to inserts, load Autodesk family. I need a countertop. So let me go back to all results, look for casework, look for countertops. I'm just gonna bring in this just generic countertop here. There's no curves or holes or none of that gobbledygook. So click on countertop, go to load. I'm gonna go back to architecture, component. So that double line is your backsplash, so that goes to the back. And I'm just gonna kind of bring this up to the corner of where our range and that back wall. So like so, hit the modify. So notice our countertop is way too long, but that's okay, not a problem. We can just left click to select it. Grab this little arrow here and just kind of drag this. We can change the width like so. And so that one, we have that one located in the way you want it. Now this one is gonna be a little bit tricky. This one, it is in our template. So I'm gonna go to component. I'm gonna look for this L-shaped countertop, which is gonna be this one, 24-inch depth with sinkhole. And I'm gonna move it off to the side because of course it's not gonna be angled in the direction that we want. So I'm gonna click on the space bar once, twice, 3 times a lady. Is that the one I want? Yeah, I want, yeah, that way. So it's going the opposite way I want, but that's okay. I'm just gonna left click to place it. You can use these double arrows to flip it this way. Hit the modify. So I'm gonna kind of move it over a little bit. So what I want to do is I'm gonna move this, the corner of this countertop into the corner of this wall here. And then from there, we'll kind of see what we need to do with it after that. So left click it. I'm gonna go to this move tool, zoom in on this corner, zoom in on this corner. Well, maybe I will. It doesn't want to grab it. So it works every time except when I'm actually doing it. I'm just gonna place it somewhere. All right, we can fix this. So hit the modify. So another thing that we could do, we could align this thing. So it's kind of weird looking. I'm gonna click on this countertop. She's trying to hide. Click on the align. I'm gonna click on this wall here. Click that. I know it's kind of hard to see. Where is this thing going? Do I have this thing? Okay, click this, click that. Oh, I don't know if I grabbed the right one or not, because it's kind of, oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, that was a little more complicated than I expected, but basically just want to move the corner of that countertop to the corner of the wall. Now I'm gonna select this countertop and just with this arrow, just kind of drag it down. So where now it's acting goofy again. There we go. To where it ends up at the end of our base cabinet there. And then also this one, notice it's going way past our oven here, our range. So let me select it, grab this arrow here and drag it. Like so, it may be a little bit too long there. I can hit the align tool with you. Maybe not. Just gonna barely move that thing. It's being a little difficult. I'm sure there's an easier way to lock that in. See, I'm not an expert either. I'm not an expert. I'm struggling here. So I'll click this align to that. I want to align to that. Boom, there we go. All right, I'm not gonna lock it. Yeah, you could use the align tool, modify out of that thing. Ooh, lordy, that was crazy. All right, so now you notice that the hole that's cut in our countertop does not match the hole where our sink is. So I'm gonna left click on this, and I already kind of have this figured out. So hopefully this is gonna work. I want to embarrass myself here. So this is gonna be 10'6" like it is. This is gonna be 4 feet. The sink location here, this is gonna be 4'9". hit the tab key. And then this sink location here is going to be 0, 6 inches, 0 space 6 inches. Hit the tab key. And all that sink opening. I have sink opening as 2'6". 2'6". We'll see what that looks like. I think we got it. Did we get it? Let me look at a 3D view here. Look at a 3D. I can shade this to make sure that we're not cutting through anything. I think we're good there, yeah. We have our base cabinets, we have our oven, range, whatever you want to call it. We have our dishwasher, our sink, our countertops. So we're good there. Okay, so I was going to stop the video here and do the wall cabinets in another video, but yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. Let's keep going. So I'm going to go to first floor here. For our upper cabinets, I'm going to start over here on the right and just kind of work my way over and then down this way. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to bring in the upper cabinet 18 inches wide. So go to architecture, component, and your upper cabinets. Scroll down towards the bottom, you're going to see your upper cabinet. I'm going to bring the single door 18 inches. Kind of zoom in here, so I'm going to place it right above this base cabinet here. So click that. I'm going to skip the range hood for now. And then the next one is going to be a 12-inch single door, upper cabinet, single door wall, 12-inch. It's going to go above this one. Sometimes it doesn't let you line it up the way you want. So I'm just going to move it over to the side here. Let me hit the modify. I'm going to use my align. So I'm going to align it to this. Click align. I want this to align to that. Modify. Yeah, we're good there. Okay, so then I'm going to go back up to my components. This time I'm going to look for a 24-inch double. So vanity cabinet. No, I don't want that. I want an upper cabinet. Upper cabinet, double door wall, 24-inch. And it's going to go right up against this one. So I'm going to use the align. Like that, align it over to there. And then I'm going to bring in another one. Wait, I don't want structure component, same one. But I'm going to, I want to flip it that way. Click it about here. That one kind of went into place. So there's kind of a square, empty space square there. And now we're just kind of working our way down. So over here is going to be an 18-inch single door, 18-inch. It's going to go right there. Over our sink, we're going to leave that alone. And then I need another 24 double. Vanity cabinet. No, I don't want a vanity cabinet. We're done with those. I want an upper cabinet, double door, 24. Let's save it. No, not right now. It's going to go here. And then the last one is going to be an upper cabinet single door wall 12-inch. It's going to go right over this little one here. Right there. Hit modify. Now let's take a look at our 3D and see what we got. So I think we're good there. We got that. We got that. We got that. We're good there. I think what I want to do is flip this, the opening of this cabinet, from the right to the left side, so it's on the left side, the handle. I think the other ones look good, so I'm gonna go back to my first floor. I'm gonna click on this upper cabinet and just hit this arrow to flip it the other way. And now for the range hood, what I want to do is I'm gonna change my view range. So go down to extents view range here, go to edit. I'm going to change my cut plane just temporarily to 7 feet. Hit apply. And so now I'm going to go to insert, load Autodesk family. In the search, just type in range hood. I don't know why I went on caps there. Range hood, yeah, and then click on this first one here. Click load. So go to architecture, component, look for the range hood we just brought in. Range hood, where are you at? Okay, so I want to get the 30-inch wide. Is that what I want? I think it is 30-inch wide. We're going to find out. 30-inch wide. So by changing the view range, I'm able to see the range hood. I know there's a lot of ranges in there. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to see it because it would be above our cut plane. But anyway, I'm just going to kind of place it right over the top of our range here. Click modify. Let's look at a 3D view. So we're good to go there. Okay, last thing. You know what? I forgot to add the most important thing in the kitchen, right? The refrigerator, because I need my snacks. So I'm gonna go to first floor. We're gonna bring in our refrigerator. First of all, let me put my view range back because my window's missing right here. So I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna go to cut plane. We're gonna make this 4. Now my window's back because you don't want to put your refrigerator, cover up that window. Let's look for a refrigerator. I'm gonna go to component. Is there a refrigerator here? Let's go into R's. Here we go, refrigerator. So I can't remember which refrigerator I used, to be honest. Let's just say it's 30 by 32 right hand. Just gonna kind of place it over here. So it doesn't really go up against the wall. So there's a little space, a little gap there, maybe like that. Hit the modify. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna go to, oh, that is, yeah, see how our door is opening? This goofy side over here. We don't want that. So what I wanna do is, I should have known by this double line here, which way it goes. I was just testing it all out to make sure y'all are paying attention. So now I can align the wall, hit the tab key with that line there. I can hit the lock, hit the modify. Now I can just grab this and kind of drag it up a little bit, like so. Now let's take another look. All right, that looks better. And depending on which way you want your refrigerator, I think that way is good. So you can open it and put some snacks on the counter if you need to. Yeah, all right, so we're gonna go with that. All right, so now save it as your, or just now that we already saved it as that, we can just hit save. All right, there we go. Now our kitchen layout is good to go. You know what, another thing I noticed is if you click on this, not that one, click on the detail level of courses and hit medium. Now our refrigerator and dishwasher notes show up. So yeah, anyway, I digress. Peace out.